A massive, powerful strike. Ukrainian forces have destroyed one of Russia's most valuable and symbolic military assets. This operation could be a turning point in the war. Here's our overview of the events.
In war, firepower wins battles, but only if you have the ammo to sustain it. July 2025 marks a critical shift in the Russia-Ukraine war. Moscow isn't just targeting troops or armored columns anymore. It's going after what keeps the fight going: ammunition. In the past few weeks, Russia has intensified its campaign against Ukraine's supply warehouses and logistics hubs, launching one of the largest combined drone and missile strikes of the entire war. So, what exactly is happening behind these strikes? Are Ukraine's defenses holding? And if ammo really does run low, what happens next? Let's find out the answers. In the first weeks of July, Russian forces unleashed a carefully orchestrated wave of strikes, not on soldiers in trenches, but on the supply arteries that keep Ukraine's war machine alive. On July 13th, Russia's state media reported that Battle Group East had destroyed multiple enemy shelters, ammunition warehouses, and even a Ukrainian drone control hub. The attacks were coordinated across several fronts, and they weren't using random shelling. They were employing some of Russia's most specialized and precision-guided munitions. One of the weapons featured prominently in these operations was the Krasnopol artillery shell, used in a July 7th strike to obliterate a Ukrainian ammo depot. The Krasnopol is a laser-guided 152mm shell with pinpoint accuracy, able to strike within just a few meters of its target. It's especially effective when combined with drone-guided targeting, allowing Russia to destroy high-value infrastructure like ammo dumps without wasting multiple shells or risking aircraft. Two days later, on July 8th, Russia's aerospace forces dropped Fab 500 aerial bombs on the Ukrainian 80th Airborne Assault Brigade's field depot in Sumy. The Fab 500, a 500-kilogram bomb, is known for its devastating explosive power and can be retrofitted with UMPK glide kits, turning it into a standoff precision weapon that can be dropped from dozens of kilometers away. These bombs don't just destroy, they level entire compounds. Even more alarming was the scale of the July 8th to 9th combined strike, the largest Russia has conducted since the start of the war. Over 741 drones and missiles were launched in under 48 hours, a 34% increase over the previous record. Many of the drones used were believed to be decoys, flooding Ukrainian radar screens and forcing air defenses to expend precious missiles on non-lethal targets, paving the way for real warheads to slip through. Among these attacks, Oregon multiple rocket launchers were used effectively in Voskresenka. Firing 220mm rockets, Oregons saturate wide areas with high explosive or cluster munitions, making them perfect for wiping out fortified positions and vehicle concentrations. Their long range and rapid deployment capabilities allow Russian artillery teams to strike hard and move before counter-battery fire can reach them. Further back in June, Russian motorized infantry units scored another strategic win by deploying FPV drones, cheap, agile, and deadly. One such drone destroyed a US-made M119 105mm howitzer in Alexandro Shultino, followed by a second drone dropping explosives on a nearby ammunition cache. These first-person view drones, guided manually by operators, are increasingly used as precision strike tools in urban and near frontline areas, where larger drones or missiles might be overkill or too visible. What all of these attacks share is a tactical consistency. Strike fast, hit high-value assets, and use low-cost or high-efficiency weapons to bleed Ukraine's supply system dry without launching a full ground offensive. Russia isn't just testing Ukraine's defense, it's testing how long it can keep firing back. While Russian attacks are escalating in scale and precision, Ukraine is not defenseless, and it's certainly not folding under the pressure. During the massive July 8th to 9th assault, Ukrainian air defense crews reportedly intercepted 718 of 741 incoming threats. That's a staggering success rate, reflecting how Ukraine has evolved into one of the most battle-hardened and adaptive air defense ecosystems in the world. From Soviet-era S-300 launchers to NATO-supplied Iris-T and NASAMS batteries, Ukrainian forces are employing every available system to keep the skies contested. But intercepting waves of drones and missiles, especially when many are designed as cheap decoys, comes at a cost. Each missile fired in defense reduces Ukraine's reserve. And with delays in Western aid, some commanders are being forced to make hard decisions. Which targets are worth intercepting, and which must be allowed to strike? To make matters more difficult, Russian strikes are growing more unpredictable, with decoy drones soaking up radar attention and electronic jamming used to spoof Ukrainian defenses. The country's defenders must rely not just on hardware, but on real-time judgment and flexibility. At the same time, Ukraine is taking the fight back to the enemy. Over the past weeks, drone strikes and sabotage operations have hit fuel depots, railway hubs, and command posts deep inside Russian-held territory. These operations, often carried out with small drones launched by special units or partisan groups, aim to disrupt the very logistics chain that supports Russia's offensive. The resilience isn't just military, it's also psychological. Civilians are adapting, moving supply operations underground, or decentralizing production of military equipment, just as they did with drones in 2023 and 2024. Ukraine, for now, is surviving on resilience and resourcefulness. But if depot destruction continues, and if Western arms shipments don't ramp up soon, the math starts to look grim. With artillery units already rationing shells and frontline brigades stretching their reserves, the risk of being caught short-handed in a Russian offensive grows with every passing week. The real danger isn't a single warehouse going up in flames. It's the cumulative effect. Fewer shells mean fewer barrages. Fewer drones mean weaker intelligence. And that, in turn, means less ability to stop Russian advances or launch counteroffensives of Ukraine's own. The war will be shaped not just by battlefield innovation, but by supply chain survival. Can Ukraine keep the ammo flowing? Or will the next Russian strike tip the scales for good? And with that, thanks for watching.